Sigmas are generally praised for their resilience in the face of social pressures and expectations due to their special blend of characteristics and attitudes that allow them to live on their own terms. But even the seemingly unflappable Sigma has to deal with some drawbacks. I mean, nothing in life is perfect. This may come as a surprise, but today I'm going to break down and explain the sad, dark reality of being a Sigma male. Number 1. Being seen as an introvert. Sigmas are naturally solitary creatures. They're completely at ease in their own company, and they frequently prefer to be alone rather than to be with others. However, this isn't due to social anxiety or a lack of social skills. Rather, it's because Sigmas have a distinctive way of thinking that few others can truly understand. When they're alone, they're able to think freely without having to justify their actions to those around them. When the situation calls for it, Sigmas can actually be highly charming and skilled in a social setting. Sigmas can genuinely change and take on the function of the alpha in a particular situation. People around the Sigma can mistakenly label them as socially awkward or lacking in social skills because of their propensity to isolate themselves. If you catch a Sigma in the correct frame of mind, you'll be amazed at how assertive and extroverted he'll come across as. Sigmas tend to be very stoic by nature, which means that they enjoy exercising control over their thoughts and actions and are less likely to act impulsively or unreasonably. However, a stoic disposition might result in a challenging to read exterior. Many Sigmas will be all too familiar with the assumption that Stoics are detached or even condescending when they're actually not. Their outward display of calm and their composure can actually be quite impressive for some people. Of course, there's a great deal of irony to this fact, as the reason Sigmas are capable of being so stoic and collected is the fact that they don't care about impressing other people. Because of this, Sigmas frequently struggle with those around them feeling intimidated by their presence. Sigmas do in fact prefer to be by themselves, much like other more introverted personality types you typically encounter. Contrary to more extroverted personality types who find their social batteries energized by being exposed to a variety of individuals and interacting with large groups, the social batteries of a Sigma male are depleted by excessive social engagement. However, many Sigmas will tell you that they've had to go to great lengths to show others, especially the ones that matter, that they do in fact want to spend time with them and to be invited to events. Sigmas are known for being highly intellectual and love nothing more than diving as deeply as possible into something until they become an expert in it. Without enough time alone, Sigmas miss the opportunity to sate their intellectual curiosity. When they're in the right mood, Sigmas are frequently very endearing and make for great conversationalists and overall great company. Number 2. Overanalyzing. Sigmas have a reputation for being analytical. They don't tend to make emotional decisions and prefer to approach every situation with analytical reason. The fact is, Sigmas are extraordinarily meticulous. They put a lot of effort into everything they do, and this includes the analysis. In this regard, they enjoy exploring every possibility and leaving no stone unturned. The issue is that this may frequently result in a cycle of overthinking to the point where it's no longer necessary to analyze. Many Sigmas will find themselves falling into the trap of overanalyzing, only to discover that they've spent many hours dissecting a problem that may not even be possible to solve. The good news is that Sigmas are typically quite self-aware and will immediately realize that they have this tendency. They typically strive to keep an eye on it and stop it in its tracks. After all, Sigmas are recognized for being extremely committed to their own personal development, and they don't waste any time acting to correct a potentially troublesome aspect of their own conduct. Many Sigmas experience difficulties early on in life. Sigmas are exceedingly rare, as you're surely aware of by now. They opt to exist outside of the hierarchy of dominance. The ordinary person will probably only come across a few true Sigma males in their lifetime. A Sigma might stand out from the crowd considerably due to its rarity. They frequently experience some difficulty because they're obviously different from their classmates. They might be perceived as odd or strange by those around them since they're difficult for them to understand. When they're young, they frequently do not fully comprehend the extremely different way of thinking that most of their peers hold, which can cause them to become even more isolated from the majority of society. However, this issue only arises in a Sigma's formative years. Sigmas become much more self-aware as they mature and develop, and they better comprehend their place in society. As they learn to accept their lone wolf Sigma nature, they struggle less and less. The last problem that we'll talk about today is when Sigmas are pushed to over-socialize. A lone wolf prefers solitude, as its name suggests. They find it incredibly challenging when they're compelled to remain in big groups of other people against their will, unlike, say, naturally extroverted people. This is yet another reason why young Sigmas frequently struggle, as being forced to participate in ongoing group activities like school and extracurriculars may be quite draining on a Sigma. Sigmas work best when they have the freedom to select the amount of social engagement they participate in according to how well filled their social batteries are. Despite being intelligent, independent, and frequently highly respected people, Sigmas who have been overexposed to social interaction frequently experience exhaustion and frustration. For this reason, a large number of Sigmas choose to work in fields where they can set their own hours and interact with whom they choose. Being a Sigma is not all sunshine and roses. Like the rest of us, every Sigma experiences certain ongoing problems throughout their lives. However, Sigmas are distinguished by their willingness to confront and overcome their challenges. So what do you guys think? Have you gone through any other struggles as a Sigma male? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. See you next time.